afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, from Lock 15 in Rock Island. This is the government bridge, and I'm going to show you my first video of a barge, in this case a fuel barge, walking through southbound. So we're going to go back up here to get a little bit of a better vantage point. I was actually over at Schwiebert Park and just happened to see him coming down the river, and so I hurried over here on my bike, and well, you see who made it first. Here he is coming into the lock. It is a fuel barge. He'll be in here in just a quick minute. Meanwhile, this is the government bridge, also known as the Arsenal Bridge. You can see it is currently swung open so that the boat can get in here, and they'll go into that chamber over there. They'll close the gate. I don't know if I can zoom in or not, but they'll close that gate, and then since he is going upriver, they'll fill the chamber full of water to match the river level on the upriver side of the chamber. And then once that process is complete, then the boat will be released to continue on its journey. Let me see here. This looks like it's a Marquette transportation boat, but I can't be 100% sure. It's painted similar to a Marquette transportation boat, but I don't know yet. I won't find that out here for another couple minutes here. Here he is coming in. This is a single barge. It's a fuel barge. Yeah. So someone tried to ring my phone, and I'm not in the mood to take a phone call right now. So it's a single fuel barge coming in here. As you can see, it's going to barely fit. And for people who are asking, is there ever a time where a barge cannot fit into these chambers? The answer is no. On the upper Mississippi River, barges have to be within the limits. They can't be any wider than the chamber walls and what have you. And it looks like this might be a dual barge. I thought there was only one on here, but it looks like it's a too wide, maybe. And that's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a tight fit, but they can make it. So they can't be any wider than what they are right now, because he's literally pushing. Yeah, he's literally inches to spare on either side of this wall. Inches to spare. So, like I said, up here on the upper Mississippi River, and I say upper Mississippi River for those of you who aren't aware of what is considered the upper Mississippi River, is from St. Louis on north to the mouth of, or the beginning of the Mississippi River up in northern Minnesota. So below the St. Louis area, there are no locks or dams because the river is flat. Excuse me. So from St. Louis on south to the Gulf of Mexico, the river is pretty much flat, so no need for the lock and dam system. So barges can be as wide or as long as the boat can safely handle. Up here, the most that they could be on a standard tow, again, this is a fuel barge. On a grain barge is 3 wide, 15 long, 3 long, 5. 3 wide, 5 long, 3 wide, 5 long. So for a total of 15 barges max plus the boat. This one here, like I said, is a fuel barge. It looks like there's two of them tied together. And oof, I would not want to be these deckhands right now because, yeah. So it looks like here, this is the Lance Corporal Phillip C. George is the name of this boat. Again, the Lance Corporal Phillip C. George. Again, I'm not sure what company he belongs to. We'll find out here in a minute. It is not Marquette Transportation like I thought. Lock operators right there. I have personally never seen this boat before, so I'm not familiar with what company he belongs to. But we're gonna find one of the deckhands is being a deckhand. So it looks like here it is Martin Marine. It is under the flags of Martin Marine Transportation. And they are definitely hauling. Okay, so they are hauling benzene, which is a dangerous fuel. Oof. Wrong move, and well, if anything on that barge goes boom, this whole entire bridge and everybody around it, myself included, would go boom. And the captain being goofy. So again, this is the Lance Corporal Phillip C. George from Martin Marine, making its way into Lock and Dam 15, going upbound with a 2x, let me see here. I guess it's going to be a 2x1. So 2 wide, 1 long, super long fuel barge, very highly dangerous, flammable cargo, special training required to be able to work on this type of a barge. One that I personally would never want to work on, but because, well, yeah, for obvious reasons. So we're going to go back up here real quick, kind of get a better vantage point. And I am going to download this when I get home, and I will post this on my YouTube page as well, because, well, I can. Alright, so we're going to watch him shove in there. And again, I cannot begin to stress how dangerous this is, with literally inches to spare on either side of the wall. Yeah. I don't know. Typically on these types of boats, the crews do anywhere from 14 to 28 days out on the river with an equal amount of time off. I know Marquette does 28 days on, 28 days off for the crews. Typically 2 crews on the boat, working anywhere from 10 to 12 hour shifts. And then of course, they live on the boat for their tour, whether it be 14 days, 28 days, 21 days, whatever. So, and then of course they get an equal amount of time off as well. All right, so he's just about pushed in there. Alright. Goodness gracious. Beautiful day out. A little bit humid, but nothing really to complain about. Once again, here we're at Lock 15 on the Rock Island side of the river. Lock and Dam 15. Government bridge right there in front of me. It's the Lance Corporal Phillip C. George from Martin Marine. Pushing in with a fuel barge, a couple fuel barges, benzene. Yeah, very beautiful boat. Red is my favorite color, so anything painted in red is going to automatically get my attention anyways. That's why I also love the Marquette boats a lot. So they have a very similar color scheme on their boats. Again, this one is from Martin Marine. I've never heard of them before. Apparently, according to the back end of this boat, says the port of Beaumont, Texas. I apologize. Beaumont, Texas is where this boat came from. What in the world is it doing clear up here? I don't know. Probably, who knows? Not really sure. Alright, so as soon as they get the gates closed, I'm going to end the live stream. And again, I'll post this to my YouTube channel here later on this evening as well, because Facebook is, well, Facebook. Alright, just about in. They'll get the boat secured, and then they'll close the gates and start to fill up the chamber. Pretty sure he can fit all the way in. He doesn't look like he's longer than 100 foot, but what do I know? Yep, he's gonna fit in with no problem. Oh yeah, he's way past the gate. So they're gonna swing this bridge closed. Actually, we're gonna watch this bridge swing closed here too. Watch this bridge swing close, and I'm going to walk back over here to the other side so I can get my bike. Alright, so we'll watch this swing close, make sure somebody doesn't try to grab the gate. Come back over here, watch him swing this back closed so that way I can get back on the other side of the river. Alright.
So yeah, flip those loose. I think you also got.
Alright, we got a group touring there, and I didn't want to get in their way, so now what's going to happen is the bridge operator up there in the crow's nest will, they are swinging the bridge closed, and then once he verifies that all 4 locks are locked, then they'll open up the gates, release the traffic here on both sides of the river here. And just in case somebody might be wondering, well, wait a minute, don't you have to have some type of a security pass to get onto the arsenal? So this is actually the public part of the arsenal, so no, you don't. Now, if you want to go beyond those gates right there, then yes, you absolutely need a visitor's pass or an employee's pass. But for this part of the installation, no. This is actually a very highly traveled public road. Obviously, this bridge is public use. It's also dual use. For those of you who do not know, up on that deck there is a set of railroad tracks that belongs to the Iowa Interstate Railroad. And this swings out. The only other bridge in existence anywhere like anything like this in the world that is still in operational use is in Fort Madison, Iowa. It's the same concept, except the decks are reversed. Trains go on the bottom, cars go on the top, and it is also a toll bridge. And it is owned and operated by the BNSF Railroad. This one here, the government bridge, is owned and operated by the United States military, specifically the Army Corps of Engineers. And I believe the operators that set up there in the crow's nest are contractors that are hired by the Corps of Engineers to run the controls to this bridge. And you can see here that the car gate and the pedestrian gate, bike path gate, are opening back up. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. Again, I'll post this to my YouTube channel here later on this afternoon, reporting live from Locking Dam 15 on the Illinois side of the river. Have a good afternoon, have a good evening, and God bless.